Hello, my name is Seth Karstad. I am a fifth-year computing science student at the University of Alberta, and I have been working with Review Board as part of the CANOSP program for the spring of 2021. My project for the past semester has been focused on the creation of a new RBTools command, the repo-hook command, which aims to be a standardized way of using RBTools hook script functionality. So what a hook script is a piece of code that lives on a source control management repository and will then perform certain actions dependent on things that happen to that repository. So for example, there are actually two Git hook scripts which currently exist on the RBTools system. One for blocking unreviewed commits from being pushed to a repository, and then another for closing review requests when their corresponding commits have been pushed to a repository. Unfortunately, as it currently stands, if any users want to take advantage of these hook scripts, they would have to go into the source code, copy and paste it over to their own repository, and then keep it updated if any changes were made. What the repo-hook command will instead allow them to do is to simply call the command from their own hook scripts, and then any updates will be taken care of automatically by RBTools. So the initial goals for this was to move those two Git hook scripts I talked about over to the repo-hook command, as well as expanding it so that it's no longer just Git repositories that it works for, but also Subversion, Mercurial, and possibly others. Unfortunately, during the semester, I only had the chance to move over the Git versions and implement that logic, while the Subversion and Mercurial aspects of it have stayed as simply as skeleton code for now. But I will show off what the Git version of the repo-hook can do. So I've created a local review board server, and I've submitted a test commit from a little Git server or a Git repository I have. So as you can see, it's review request number 26, and there's the little test commit I made. So the way that that the repo-hook command knows what review request is being referenced is the commit messages. So as you could see on the review board server, the commit message did not contain the review request ID. So if we try to give it a push, we will instead get this warning message that a review request was not created for the commit that we're trying to push. So if we instead amend it to include the review request number 26, as part of the commit message, do that, and give it another push, but unfortunately, there is still something in the way. So how the pre-receive hook script works is it will not allow a push to go through unless the review request that the commit corresponds to has been marked ship it. So we will go do that now. Click that. Yes, definitely do. All right, so now we see that it has been marked ship it down here on the left. So we'll go back here, try giving it a push. And we see that no errors come up. There's actually two things that happen here. So everything for the script that blocked unreviewed commits from being pushed, that was fine. So the commits got pushed to the repository. And then the other hook script that I talked about, which was for closing review requests, acted and it didn't have any errors. So if we go back to here and we refresh the page, it might take a second, it's a little bit slow on my computer. We will see that this review request has been changed and its status has been set to closed. Yeah. So that's what is currently available. The next steps would be, of course, to do what was in the initial goal and expand this to Subversion and Mercurial. As well, there is always more room to add more hook script functionality to the repo-hook command. For example, something that could be is to make sure that any commits that are being made have a review request number referenced in their commit message, or other things like that. But that is the work that I got over the semester.